Hi, and welcome to Catlearn Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Motor Crush, issue 4. So, when we last saw Domino Swift, she had just been knocked down in the cannonball. She was about ready to be attacked by another racer when a masked racer not only saved her, but gave her the crush that she needs to survive. So we open on into a flashback, and we get to see Domino's father just driving down the road, and a car goes buzzing on past him and almost crashes into his car. He's actually screaming at the individual when another car, moving even faster, goes rushing past him and then intentionally rushes the other car off of the road. So he hurries out of his car, rushing over to the driver to see if they're okay. When he gets there, it's too late. The driver's already dead. And then he hears in the back seat, he sees a little girl strapped into a car seat, crying. And she's covered in crush. So that was baby Domino Swift. Yeah, so Domino is not his daughter, not his biological child. And it says, Sylvan Swift should have never removed the child from that car. So back in the current time, we get to see the same masked racer offering Domino the crush that she needs. He tells her that they come from similar backgrounds, and he understands what she's going through. But he also tells her that Swift isn't her father, and she was meant for much more than just street racing. And if she wants to ever be worthy of what she's capable of, then she needs to prove it to herself. He then throws down a case that has strange markings all over it, the same markings that were on the same crush capsule that he already gave her, and he races off. She's screaming after him to come back and asking him, who is she? So back at the bar, the same bar where all of the crush racers go to meet up, the winner of the new cannonball is just rubbing it in Domino's face. She literally gets in her face up to her helmet and starts tapping the crush capsule on her helmet. And it's just too much for Domino to deal with. And she punches her. However, attacking Dekra, who is the winner of the cannonball, isn't necessarily a good idea when you think about the fact that she has her own little goon squad of her own, which is known as the Club Club. Yeah, their weapon of choice is a wooden club, so they call themselves the Club Club. Okay. They're not exactly the biggest brain trusts, but they don't attack Domino because the cops are coming, so they all have to scatter and get out of there. She does say that she's not done with her yet. She'll deal with her soon enough. So moving on, Domino is trying to get answers from her father. She shows her the crush capsule that was given to her, and she's asking her about her past. And she's saying, the guy who gave this to me, he's like me. I need to know answers about my past. Her father tells her to get rid of it. Get rid of all of it. Forget that she even heard about it. And she's demanding to know. She wants to know who she really is, where she really comes from. And he's telling her he's never been more serious in his life. Drop it. And he tells her, I'm your father, and I'm telling you to drop it, so drop it. Even after all of her cries. And then finally, he just speeds off, and she screams after him, but you're not my father. So this is the first time in her life where she's ever felt like anything other than his daughter. And that hurts, the fact that he's not even willing to discuss this with her. So, moving on, we get to see Domino back at her home, and she's going through old family photos, old records, and she's trying to find out more about herself. And then, of course, that annoying cat ball shows up, and it's demanding a transmission from Domino Swift, and she's telling it not now, and it's telling her that she's contractually obligated to submit to Bash. And it's Lola. Lola's saying that those things are freaking annoying, and she's not handling it anymore. Well, Domino also tells her that that's the only money that they have coming in right now. And without the cat ball funds coming in, they're gonna be completely broke soon enough. And Lola apologizes and says she'll have it fixed by morning. And she also sees that Domino's upset, so she asks what's wrong, and Domino says it's personal. So we get to see another argument between these two past loves, and Lola's saying that this was the issue with them their entire relationship. Domino never wanted to open up to her. She never wanted to trust her enough. And this is why they broke up the first time. And she finally just tells her that she's adopted. Lola had no idea of this, and she apologizes. And she's asking if there's anything she can do to help. But Domino just pushes her away, and she says that she's just trying to be there for her, the one thing that she always wanted. But once again, she's pushing back. So Lola walks off with hurt feelings. Domino's sitting there with hurt feelings. So finally, Domino Swift goes out to a local skate park, and she's signing some autographs, just hanging out, checking out the local scene, until she hears something. And she gets to see Dekra's bike is freaking out due to the crush. And her entire club is standing around her. They're trying to figure out what's going on with her bike. And that's when Swift sees it. The club's entire stash from Cannonball, just sitting there, wide open for the world to see. So Domino decides to simply help herself until one of the club members sees her. So, of course, she's got to get out of there really quickly. She throws her skateboard out and she runs and gets a hold of it. All of the members of the club are racing after her, trying to get the thing back until, they cut her off. And next thing you know, she gets knocked to the ground during a fight. And who's it going to be but Dekra? So the very same individual that beat her in the Cannonball is back once more. And they're going to teach her a lesson for stealing from their club. So she's got her knocked to the ground. She's smacking her around. And then out of the corner of her eye, Domino sees the same masked rider that saved her earlier. And he's not doing anything. He's just standing there. And she's about ready to tell him where to go until he opens a crush capsule in front of her and drinks the contents of it. So she sees something weird. He starts to vibrate in and out. It's almost like he's able to just disappear. So she decides she needs to prove herself. She takes one of the crush capsules that she's stolen from Dekra that's now on the ground, and Dekra grabs her hand. She's screaming at her, "I told you this is mine," until she takes it into her hand and she crushes it. You then get to see all of the crush go down her hand and now spill into her mouth. So Dekra is screaming at her, "Don't swallow it, kid, it'll kill you." And then you get to see her start to vibrate in and out of reality until she just completely disappears. Unfortunately, the very same racer that Domino has gotten into a few scuffles with the same one that's from her neighborhood, is there with his cat ball. And his cat ball transmitted the entire thing through to the servers. So it stated, "Whatever that was, Swift, now I've got everything I need to bury you." So Swift's going home, and then she sees her father outside, and he started a fire. And she gets to see that he's burning the case that the writer gave to her, the case that apparently has information about her and her past and where she comes from. So she asks him what he's doing. So this is where we leave off in this issue of Motor Crush. The next issue, I feel like we're going to get more answers. I'm really excited. I've really been loving Motor Crush. The art throughout is so strong. The use of color is just so much fun. It feels a lot like a video game to me, like an old 1990s, 2000s video game to me. It's a lot of fun. It's very technicolored, and I've been enjoying it. I love the story that's been going out through on. Yeah, so give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me whether or not you're reading Motor Crush and if you're enjoying it as much as I am. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.